Aaron, Joe, you know what makes us feel better than all those injured arms I just mentioned? A visit from ESPN legend Tim Kurkjian, who is on the show. Tim, we appreciate the time, and I want to start with those New York Yankees. They're the favorite to win the AL East right now, even without their ace, Garrett Cole. So what can you tell us is the latest on Cole's potential return as New York tries to keep it going this summer?
Well, the signs are pretty good. He threw off a mound the other day, which is a good sign, but he only threw fastballs. He only threw 15 pitches, so he's still got quite a ways to go. I don't see him back before June, and my best guess is it's going to be the middle of June before he comes back. He is arguably the best pitcher in the game. They cannot rush him back. They have to make sure he's 100%. So I think it's going to be another maybe month and a half without him. But with the way their bullpen is pitched and the way they've gotten some contributions from their rotation, they might be able to hang on. And when Cole comes back, if he's 100%, it's a huge boost for the Yankees.
Tim, what has happened to the Astros? They're 12-22. They're 4 games back of the Athletics in the AL West. Some people could see a huge problem there. People in our position, we sometimes see an opportunity. Could they be a good buy low candidate?
Yes, I still think so. I mean, they've played terribly, but they are the Astros, and they make the playoffs every year. But they're going to have to fix that starting pitching right away. They have a 5.21 starters ERA. That's 27th best in the major leagues. They have injured starting pitchers. They have guys coming back from injuries. Plus, their great bullpen, which we thought would be the best back end in baseball with Abreu and Presley and Hader. That hasn't been very good either. And even that really good offensive team hasn't really started to hit yet either. But I refuse to give up on the Astros after 35 games. I've seen them play too well over the last decade, but they better get going soon, and it's going to have to start with their starting pitching.
All right, Tim, let's go to the National League now. I want to talk about this MVP race because unlike the Astros, the Dodgers are playing great because they got players like Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts. In the MVP race, though, might voters have a hard time picking between Ohtani and Betts, and would that open the door for someone on a lesser team like Elly De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds?
Well, that's certainly always possible, splitting votes when you have at least three MVP candidates on the Dodgers. But I'm not a big believer in that. I think you can finish 1-2 in the MVP vote. And right now, I don't think there is a really strong third behind Betts and Ohtani, especially the way that Ohtani has hit with such power. And Mookie has played shortstop at a really high level, an amazing transition from a corner outfield to shortstop. So I think they're 1-2 in the MVP voting. Things could change, but at this point, I don't see that happen.
And the NL East is fascinating right now. The Phillies are the hottest team right now in the league, sitting in first place. Meanwhile, the Braves are the favorites to win the division, despite being in second place and also losing their ace, Spencer Strider, for the season. So do you expect the Braves to make a move early to try to replace that arm in order to stay close to the Phils?
Well, they're certainly going to look for another starting pitcher, but I just don't know if that guy is out there who's good enough to even come close to replacing Spencer Strider. Now, the problem is the starter's ERA for the Braves is almost a run and a half higher than that of the Phillies. The Phillies have pitched exceptionally well out of their rotation. They won 18 out of their last 22 games. So I have to think the Braves are going to do something, but I just don't see it being some sort of major deal to go get a frontline starting pitcher.
One of the preeminent voices in the game, Tim Kurkjian. We appreciate you stopping by ESPN Bet Live.